Hello and welcome to my channel Conversation Corner. Today's question is gender a social construct? If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I like to talk about how language influences our worldviews. And today we are going to go through this topic about gender being a social construct. Now, we all know that when it comes to the human mammal, we have the male and female, who we later term as man and woman. So, the adult male is termed as man, and the adult female is termed as woman. You would assume that this is a very simple thing to understand. However, this movement started in the West, maybe in the USA and in countries like Canada, where people are now saying that gender is a social construct, that although sex is there, male and female, man and woman is a concept created by the society. Now, this is something interesting to dive deep into. A very simplistic understanding would be to just dismiss this as crazy talk and say, no, an adult male is a man, an adult female is a woman. Now, why do people say that gender is a social construct? Most of the people who are talking about gender as a social construct say that certain societal expectations are placed on men and women, and based on those expectations, men and women are made to behave in a certain way. And as a result of that, people who have very effeminate traits but are born with the XY chromosome would identify as a woman, and vice versa, right? Now, I'll tell you why this is not a very good argument. So, the argument supposes that because you feel a certain way and you think a certain way, that you are a certain way. However, biological reality cannot be ignored. If you got down on all your fours and you started barking like a dog, that does not make you a dog because you don't have the physiological structure of a dog. Similarly, simply by identifying as a man or a woman, how could you be classified as them when you don't have the physiology? Now, if we were talking about this to be just a social construct, let's think about how many things are a social construct. Currency is a social construct. Across different countries, we have different currencies. In India, we use the rupee. In the USA, people use the dollar, and in UAE, I believe they use dirhams, right? So there are things that are social constructs that need to be accepted as base reality for society to function. Traffic lights are social constructs, that you should stop when the traffic signal is red and that you should move when the traffic signal is green is a social construct. Similarly, we have designed social constructs for people born with the XY chromosome and from people born with the XX chromosome, who we later deem as men and women. So, just because you have traits within you that are not typically masculine for men, or if you have traits within you that are not typically feminine for women, that doesn't mean that you can identify as someone else, right? You still need to have the physiology. Of course, there is a transgender, or whom we call hermaphrodite. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those born with male genitalia and female genitalia, who, upon becoming adults, become men and women. So, although I understand the concept of this being a social construct, so much of what consensus reality is what forms society, like I said, currencies, or traffic signals, or let's say even names for that matter, or even a country's borders. These are not material realities, these are mental constructs, but which have to be accepted as the base reality. So someone who's an individual born as a woman but who feels that she is not typically a woman because she doesn't have those very inherent feminine qualities, does not automatically become a man. She can be a masculine woman, vice versa. An adult male who feels that he has more feminine traits and is not typically masculine does not automatically become a woman. He can be a very feminine man. So this is what I have to say about what these gender constructs are. Let me know what you think.